Hey guys, it's Jamie, and Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates Christmas, and I apologise if you are not watching this at a Christmassy time of year. Today I'm going to be talking about how to go about picking a new name and how to change it legally and go about changing it on certain documents such as your driving licence and passport. Unfortunately, due to my knowledge being limited to the UK, the second part of the video will only be relevant to the UK and people legally changing their name in the UK. But don't click off just yet if you're not in the UK, because the first bit is relevant for everybody. Hopefully. I think. Relevant if you want to change your name. So, in terms of picking a new name, I think this is a massive step in someone's transition, and it can be quite an exciting step, but also quite a scary step as well. I certainly felt a lot of pressure to pick my name. It was a lot easier when my parents just gave me a name. I would highly recommend involving your family and other important people in your life in the name choosing process. It can really help them get involved in your transition and be part of it, and I think it's such a big step. You know, your parents gave you your first name. I think if they want to be involved and they're happy to be involved, then it's really great to involve them in picking a new name. So if you're struggling for where to start, I would recommend starting on like online baby name websites or a baby name book if you have one, and just basically writing down a list of every single name that you think you like. No matter how out there it is, put it on the list. Just create a full selection of names that you like and you feel that suit you, and if you are talking to family members or friends or other people in your life about choosing a new name, involve them as well and get their opinion on whether the names suit you or sound right. Take your time with this. It's okay to have a massive list and be hugely indecisive and need loads and loads of time to whittle it down to that one name. It's a big choice, so make sure that you choose the right one for you, even if that means taking a little bit extra time. And even if you do talk to others about it, definitely take on board their suggestions and their advice, but at the end of the day, it needs to feel right for you primarily. So once you've got a list, it could be tiny, it could be huge. I think my initial list was around 10 to 15 names, and then I whittled it down to a short list of around 3 to 5, but yours can be any number. If you want a short list of 20 names, then go for it. You'll just need to whittle it down to one eventually. Oh, and don't forget a middle name. If you want a middle name, create a list as with your first name as well, and kind of shortlist that and go through the same process and everything. Middle names can come in really handy if you can't choose between two. You can have one as your first name and one as your second name. So once you've got your shortlist, however long or short it is, now is the time to really start thinking about which one you like the best. And you may have already picked one, you may already have a favourite, and if you really can't decide, you can try trialing the names with friends or family and just see how it feels and how it sounds to you and how everybody else feels about it as well. It's best to change your mind before you change it legally, because there's a lot less hassle involved. Eventually you will get that list down to just one name plus a middle name if you want that, and when you do, congratulations! So now is the time to go about changing it legally and getting it changed on your documents and everything. Did I say documents or documents? Getting it changed on your documents and everything. I think one thing that I just want to mention before I get into the whole legal side of things, and it's something that I wasn't told about, is that even once you've picked a name and you're really comfortable and happy with it, it may still feel really strange for people to call you that. You may not respond to it initially. It may feel incredibly weird to be called that, and all that is completely fine, and you may even refer to yourself in your head by your previous name, and that's all fine too. And the same goes for pronouns. It's completely okay if new pronouns feel weird, or if you use the wrong pronouns to refer to yourself. It's all okay, because it just becomes a habit. Your name and your pronouns just become a habit. You'll be in that habit of using them, other people will be in the habit, and it will feel weird for everybody involved to switch over. Just give it some time. If you're not in the UK, now is the time to click off. I will miss you. Goodbye. Okay, so in the UK, you can change your name legally via deed poll. If you just do a quick Google search of deed poll UK, you get a whole bunch of different websites. Most of them are legit, I'm sure, but just check in and make sure you are going through a legitimate website. I used a particular one that is still running, and I will leave the link in the description box below. It even has a section specifically for trans people changing their names. I think it was about £30 for the service, and I got a few extra deed polls as well. So it's not hugely expensive. I have heard of people doing deed polls for free if they can't afford to pay for one through a website. I have heard of them working perfectly fine and doing the exact same job that one that you pay for would do, but it's not something I know anything about or how to go about doing it myself, and so I don't want to give you advice on it. Once you've got your lovely new deed poll, you will need to get it signed. If you get multiple copies, you'll need to get every single copy signed. As far as I'm aware, and everything I've read online, this does not need to be by a solicitor. It just needs to be by somebody over 18 years of age who knows you but is independent from you in terms of they're not a family member, your partner, or somebody who lives with you, but they can be a friend or a colleague. Personally, I got a member of staff, a tutor at my college, to sign mine. So once you've got your wonderful signed deed poll, you are equipped with the main thing you need for changing your name and your details on things like your driving license and your passport if you have them. If you get your deed poll online, you should receive a kind of comprehensive list of everywhere that you may need to change your name with. If you don't, I'm sure you can find one online, but just briefly, some of the main ones that you would need to consider are places like your dentist, your doctors, your bank, and anywhere that you pay bills to. Importantly, with certain things, including your driving license and your passport, you will be able to change your gender marker as well, which is very cool, but you will need more than just a deed poll to do this. What I've done is to save you all from the boredom of me just describing the exact process of changing things on your passport and driving license. I have put the links in the description box below of the sites that I use to get the information for changing this stuff. It basically walks you through the process of changing your name, your gender, things like that, and the costing of different elements as well. I think it only costs money if you want to change your photo, but don't quote me on that. So although these sites should have all the information that you need to change your details, if you do have any more questions or anything else, then feel free to leave a comment or message me or anything, and I will do my best to answer. But yes, thank you if you've stuck through both parts. I hope that this was mildly useful and helpful, and good luck to everybody picking and choosing and changing your name and everything like that. Hope it goes well. That's everything for this week. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!